是 Nicholas，学校教错你什么，我来帮你改正。也请看看我的那个英语发音严正发音者那本书很一本书，很一个网上的课。这本书就是帮助你去了解英语的发音，会改正你的发音，了解50%。这个是 AI 的AI 的意见来的。好，let's just talk about my movie experience. I've set up or I've uploaded some footage from my 3 days of, oh no, 2 days of filming. Was it 2 days or 3 days? 2 days of filming. Sunday was a rehearsal, and I haven't found a good software to translate the video into Mandarin. So if you guys know of any, or translate to Chinese, if you guys know any software for that, let me know. But first of all, it was tiring, very tiring to act, and it was tiring from mostly from getting prepared or waiting around, and also waking up early, waiting for people to get ready, getting the set ready. But most of all, the most tiring part is the number of takes and the explosion of emotions. Because my character is quite explosive. I was getting mad over, not getting my way. So, and again, the name of the movie is called Código del Mesías, the Code of Messiah. So, in any case, yeah, I was by the end of the night, we started from let's say filming from 10 o'clock to around 6:30, but I had to get up at 6:30 because we had to get to the set by by 8. So it was a full day, and by the time I got home, as soon as my head hits the bed, it was I conked out, and then the next day I had to do it again. So it was quite a toll on the body and the spirit, and it was quite a test of my patience and dealing with people and trying to convey my difficulties or what I don't understand to the director, and that really bogs you down. So a lot of times I actually just gave up on trying to explain too much, because after all, I'm not the director. It's not my movie in terms of writing it. So I just try my best to muddle through, and most of the time it came out good enough for the director. So no problem. I don't mind. And sometimes, more often than not, he would end up doing what I think is better. So that's a lesson in dealing with people, I guess. And you express what you think is correct, and you allow them to see it themselves. Maybe he's doing the same thing to me, right? So since my character is one that gets pretty angry, so I just use that frustration as fuel. So, but going back to the language learning side of things, uh, in the clips that I've sent the past 3 days, you probably couldn't make out so well, but you can crank up the volume. You might be able to get some of the thoughts that I was trying to record on it, because I had to be quiet, and I should have, you know, do the translations. But it wasn't a very good software for that yet, not for me. So again, let me know if you have such a software to suggest. But in terms of language learning, it was quite a challenge to me, because I have very limited Spanish. The challenge was when everybody was speaking Spanish, getting instructions. I was trying my best to understand what the instruction is, and most of the time I don't understand fully what the instruction is. But after 2 days, just purely be in the zone of just absorbing rather than, okay, what's this word, or asking too many questions and whatnot. As a human being, you're equipped with faculties to uh, observe patterns, and you're able to figure a lot of things out, as I always say, right? So after 2 days of listening and whatnot, and I go back to my regular ways of learning Spanish, wow, it was much easier. Like not only the listening part, but when you speak it, was it just comes out easier. So don't worry about too much. The again, as I was saying in the videos from the past 2 days, don't get stuck in the basics, right? Let the basics expand. What is the basics? Just okay. I have memorized so many vocabulary. I'm gonna make it double. I'm gonna double it. And I understand this grammar rule. I passed this test, what have you. But again, there has. I see a lot of videos on WeChat nowadays talking about how this is what they call 哑巴英语, right? You're just learning to pass the test. This is not learning English, and I have to agree with them, right? It is not teaching you anything useful. You're able to figure a lot of things out. With a coach, you're able to figure it out much faster. You get a shortcut pointing things out to you, so that you will realize it much quicker. So yeah, at the end of the night, my friends and I went to our favorite Cantonese restaurant. Well, my friend Don, he came from Colombia, and then he passes through Guadalajara, and then we just make it a point to meet as much as we can. He's a great guy. One of those people that are very spontaneous. They say, "Let's go do this," and then he just, yep, it's done. Puts it in his calendar right away. That's the type of people that I like to hang around with. And he actually has what is it through is it through not his marriage, but his parents' marriage? I can't remember exactly. He ends up with a Hong Kong, who is Chinese or Cantonese, and the place we went to last night, I nicknamed it Mr. Plums, because his last name is Mui, Mei in Mandarin, which means plum, which means plums. And Don's Gung is also, his last name is Plum Mui. And so I thought, wow, what a coincidence! And Mui is a big name in Tuaishan. It is a 是那个台山的一个大姓。So chances are they are from the same area. And we were sending Don's Gung Gung a video. But yeah, it is and it's fun. And we had my friend Mani, he's from India or in Chicago, and his staff Arthur, and Arthur's girlfriend is a lawyer around here, and so I took the chance to speak more Spanish with her, and yeah, after a full day of just listening to a lot of Spanish, it just came out much easier. So again, listening is number one. Number one. That's the way we're designed to learn languages. We're not designed to use our eyes to process languages, to look at the letters and try to find the phonetical rules for things. Phonics doesn't work that well because English is the letters, unlike Spanish, is not consistent, right? So, yeah, personally, you might not like it, but I say that phonics it just doesn't work that well. But it works well if you charging a lot of money for charging people a lot of money to say, hey, this is something that your kid needs uh, to learn English. No, they don't. They just need to listen to a lot of songs, watch a lot of cartoons, to exercise their God-given faculties to learn a language. Right? Actually, I'm gonna upload some more of the videos that of the kids I used to teach in Hong Kong. I just get so nostalgic watching these videos, and I get a kick out of it. It's so funny, I like teaching kids, and some kids are more rambunctious. Other kids are quite cooperative, so you get all sorts of things. But we had a pretty good track record of helping kids in Hong Kong to get into international schools. And I try my best to use a lot of songs, materials that are, for lack of a better word, natural. There'll be one I just reviewed it last night. There'll be one that I'm going to upload. That's a video with Michelle, whereby I was teaching her the past tense. I think she understood it, but then it might take more than once to understanding. Which is again the idea. It's the amount of exposure, not the amount of memorization that you have done. Right? You expose long enough times, the kids will figure it out. So don't sweat it. The way that you guys are learning vocab or grammar rules and stuff like that, it's just totally archaic. And again, what does it bring? What is the result of such so-called learning? Is that most kids can't speak. Most adults can speak. Or even when they speak, people can't really understand them that well. Why bother with that, right? But again, I'm glad to see that there's so many videos on TikTok talking about how um, this sort of learning, memorizations of vocab and uh, grammar rules, it just doesn't work. There are quite a few really good, really good channels talking about that. Maybe I'll introduce them later. There's no shortage of people figuring things out, figuring stuff like this out, right? And also my friend from he's Australian. He is also an English teacher and saying, yeah, people are turning to AI and trying to learn it, and then the students' verdict was that it works, but it doesn't work that well. Okay, so I pretty much am under the conclusion or under the impression that no, AI is not going to be able to teach you or languages that well. Uh, the only mm, danger that I see is that AI is going to be made the standard so that you have to pass an AI test, just like you're passing a written test for the last umpteen amount of years to prove that you know English. Right? Again, we're not you know a language. It's up to the listener, not the AI, to judge. Not if you're again if you're an employer, right? Don't rely on these indicators or these certificates to to realize or to judge whether or not the person knows the language well enough. Uh, you know, again, you can find language coaches to help you evaluate that, right? Because a lot of those tests and certs and even AI, you can cheat in the sense that you know. Uh, so, for example, uh, oh, let's use sports again, for example. So if you were to evaluate a basketball player, do you make him write a test, or do you put him on a court, just and then yeah, and then have a basketball scout to find a team for you? That all, yeah, to find a team for you. That's a better way, wouldn't it? Right? You don't like make him write a test and try to put him on the machine and show you how to why not it is something to evaluate if he's a good basketball player. It just doesn't make any sense, right? Anyway, it's I can talk about that all day long. Okay, that's a long video, so I will see you guys on the next walk and talk.